Sunday morning after church, I went to Grandma's house, sneaking around the attic. That's when I found a military uniform embroidered. I said, Grandma, who was Grandpa? Would you tell a bit to me? Well, she looked across both shoulders, and the air got real still. Well, she said, now that you're older, oh, baby, I sure will. Well, she said, it's 2055, and I know it sounds absurd. What she told me next, I remember every word. Your grandpa was the kind of man who prayed with all his heart. Well, he'd say he loved America, but hated every part. Your grandpa was the kind of man thought hell was where he lived. Well, he passed on 20 years ago, and guess what now it is? Well, he loathed the educated, and he loathed the needy too, and he loathed the folks complaining, but as all he used to do. Well, he loved a foreign single mom or a colored working man. Yes, he loved to tie their hands and feet and drag them to his van. Your grandpa was the kind of man who loved to hear them scream. Well, he'd wave his gun at anyone he wanted on the street. Well, he said the Lord would have his day and wash away the sin. Well, he passed on 20 years ago, so I guess he did it then. Then Grandma told the tale of how the mighty fell from power. They took away his database and his $30 an hour. Yeah, they walked him to the gallows once the verdict had been served. And they asked, would you still like that mask to speak your final words? Your grandpa was the kind of man who always was convinced that God would save America, and I guess he did. Your grandpa was that kind of man, him and his platoon. Yeah, they passed on 20 years ago, and not a day too soon.